Good morning, everyone. I'm coming to you with a morning stream of last night's game between the low eco, high tempo versus low down legends. This is part of our LEL league. Everyone. Oh, I'm coming to you. This is part of our LEL league, our low elo legends league that Shoveler is hosting. Shoveler's passionate about this Paulys project. I want to talk about just briefly since I have some time to talk about it. It is a ministry that serves the homeless in Los Angeles, and they take donations of lightly used clothing. I can post some more information for you. They have a shipping address and all that. So if that's something, if you appreciate the work done to put on this tournament, we encourage you to reach out and help charitably. Rather than, we're not doing this for money, but if you appreciate the effort, yeah, help out a charity. In fact, if Los Angeles is too far away, you don't feel connected at all to the problems there, I guarantee you there's problems in your own neighborhood. And helping the least of these, as Jesus said, is serving him too. So I believe in helping the least of these, helping the homeless, helping the poor. And I guarantee you there's people in your neighborhood who need help. I donate to local charities. I also donate to international charities. I'm a board member of SAM Ministries. If you're interested in helping internationally, they serve in both Brazil and Mozambique. We actually have some Brazilian players here. They run education programs and orphan programs and a host of different things. So if you appreciate what I do, you could inquire about SAM Ministries. I'd be happy to share more information on that. With that out of the way, I want to get into this this match. I think it's going to be very interesting. I was catching just a bit of it last night, and I didn't get to watch all of it because I was busy with other things. I had family obligations, etc. But I know that it was a hotly contested match, and I think it's going to be a very interesting watch. I feel better that I couldn't look at it live, but you know, life sometimes conflicts with leisure, or important conflicts with leisure activities. We're going to get into the drafts first. I just was getting the game up there. So let me switch over to drafts. All right. So what's interesting is OBS. I have these nice little overlays, but I can't actually read them in OBS. So I have to pull them up here on a separate screen. So for the map draft, it looks like Low Eco High Tempo chose Arena as their home map, and they banned Pilgrims. Similarly, Charles Martel, their team, the Low Down Legends, picked Black Forest and banned Hyperrandom Nomad. So it sounds like neither of them appreciate Nomad starts. So they both appreciate closed maps, which I think is interesting. And then the admin pick, lucky for them, it wasn't Mega Random or something, or Step. They got Hideout. So fairly standard maps. I think Hideout is a little less standard. I mean, Arena and Black Forest have been around for ages. I don't know when Hideout came about. Let's talk about the teams briefly. Low Eco High Tempo is composed of a VK, who is about 1500 elo. I wish I didn't prepare anything for this. Sorry, guys. And Sushiro is, I don't really know his elo. He plays solidly. Maybe a little less than 1100, certainly less than 1200. But I would say definitely better than 1000. And then in the Low Down Legends, we have Charles Martel, who I would say is about 1200. Although I've heard he plays better than 1200. And then we have Gary's Left Foot, who's also a solid player. I really don't know his elo though. He has played badly at times and he's played well at times. So I really don't know his elo. Anyway, let's get into it. So these are the map drafts. Oh, let's look at civs, right? I was talking about maps so long, I forgot to talk about civs. Civ draft, Low Eco High Tempo, that's VK and Sushi's team. They chose the Romans, the Malay, the Inca, the Italians, the Khitans, and the Bohemians, and the Berbers. And then Charles Martel, we have Mongols, Britons, Byzantines, Bulgarians, Saracens, Teutons, and Hindustanis. The bands for low eco, high tempo are Wei, Georgians, Persians, Spanish, and Burgundians. And bands for low down legends is Lithuanians, Khmer, Shu, Celts, and Turks. Interesting. I wonder if we're going to see someone play Bulgarians. All right, well, with that, let's get into it here. I'm going to fire up the Rex. I already got them downloaded last night, so I didn't have to do that this morning. And we'll start with game 1. All right, so this is Hideout for game 1. And we have VK in red, Sushi in yellow. I'm actually going to slow it down a bit for the start here. We got Martel in blue and Gary's Left Foot in green. And it looks like Charles Martel is the Teutons. We have the Saracens for Gary's Left Foot. VK is Khitans, and Sushi is Malay. Sorry, sometimes these shields look all the same to me. Yeah, that's Malay. All right. So Malay, I know their age up is fast. They're a strong infantry civ. They get the tech, I think Imperial Age. That's just food cost for units. Yeah, Forced Levy. They get the Karambit Warriors, which, I mean, you can spam them pretty effectively, but I have never really gotten a lot of value with them. They have a lot of water benefits. They're fish traps, thalassocracy at the docks. We're not going to see any of that this game, clearly. The advance to the next age fast is beneficial, so we might see a fast castle. We might even see a fast feudal into some aggression. This map is, I wouldn't even call this a closed map. It can be closed. You can wall it. It is wallable, but it's a lot of walling. So it's played like a closed map, but I would call this an open map. It's a little less closed than, say, Arabia or Socotra, but I wouldn't call it a closed map necessarily. All right, let's get close in here. Let's take a look at the players. Okay, we're playing at half speed. Let's start with looking at VK here. It's nice to look at how pros play. We'll go to normal speed here. Yeah, so we have deer pushing. In this case, these are ostriches. Rhea. It's already taking one of them. And notice how he keeps his gate closed when he's not. Oh, interesting. Is he just pushing it in and then... Won't that thing run out? Maybe they don't run out. All right, Charles Martel here. Where's his deer? I don't see his deer. Did he already push all his deer? No, he hasn't touched his deer yet. Here, Gary, no pushing yet. Still just on sheep, it looks like. You actually want to bring in your boars faster than this. What is this? Is this already their boar? Yeah. Oh, no, that's capybara. One thing I think I've learned is to bring in your boars. In this case, Tapir and Javelina. You want to bring them in fast because they have a lot faster food income. Although it's interesting, VK is also not touching his boars either. He's focusing on hunt and sheep. So it looks like we're having our first lure there. So far, we're dead even for Vil count, 26 to 26 for the teams. And I guess we can keep talking about civs. Saracens have the archers that break through walls quickly. They've got the bonus, the +2 bonus. Let's take a look here. I think it's +2 bonus to attack on buildings. Yeah, so foot archers and skirms, actually. So we could see some aggression where he smashes through some palisades early on, feudal age to apply pressure. And Gary is next to Sushi, so maybe Sushi will get pushed with the archers. They have camel units, plus 25 HP. Somehow I didn't notice that before. You know, I've played Saracens. I used to just play the Mamelukes, the Memalukes, because I didn't know how else to play them. But then I discovered the archers, and that's the depth of my understanding of this civilization. I have a lot of games with Bulgarians, and only recently do I really feel like I fully know how to exploit that civilization fully. It takes a lot of games to really feel comfortable with using every bonus available to a civ. All right. Let's take a look at Charles Martel here. Oh, already onto farms. That's not ideal. Huh. It's an interesting decision. I don't know about that. We're all at about 18, 19 villagers here. I guess we're going to see if we see a push to... you know what, guys? Give me 1 second. I'm going to adjust our team names. We have team names. We're going to give them... We're going to call these guys the Lowdown Legends. And... low eco, high, oops, high tempo. Yeah, that's good. And it's a best of 3 LEL League. Group stage. Cool. You know what? We can even put in the graphics. What I've discovered is the graphics are actually too small to really see. They're so small here that they're not really worth adding. All right. So we've got some Dark Age farms here. And everyone's up to about 20 to 19 villagers. I see click ups at 21 villagers for Charles Martel, and VK's up at 19. He's lagging behind in villager count for some reason. He's ahead, though, in terms of his advance. Gary's left foot is up. Charles Martel is Teutons. The only thing I know about them is tower rushing. I don't know if that's what we're going to see. Their farms are cheaper, so that's maybe why he's doing Dark Age farms. Town centers garrison more, towers garrison more. I think also, is it a tech, or can you just put infantry in towers and shoot arrows? They get melee armor on their stable and barracks units, +1 and +2. Castle Imperial. They've got units resistant to conversion. Crenellations, I used to love that tech. Your castles have huge amounts of range. Sushi is Malay. We've talked about Malay. We might see some infantry action early. Although he's next to... Yeah, he might. VK, Ketons. He's the first up to feudal here. And the only thing I know about Ketons, I know that you can apply pressure with archers early. We've got a stable coming up. The only thing I know about Ketons is cavalry archers. So I don't know if we're going to see cavalry archers, but we'll find out. Just make sure I'm not missing any chats or anything. I don't expect a lot of engagement. Most people are kind of sleepy at this time of day. That's okay. Most of the people who play in this league are active in the evenings my time, past midnight my time, so I would be surprised to see anyone active this morning. All right, Sushi's the only one not up to feudal. About to reach feudal, though. Got the faster advance with the Malay. And we're seeing dead even villager count, 47 to 47 between the teams. We do have some military. Is that scouts? Okay. We got a spear and a few scouts. So it looks like we're getting a scout rush here. Oh, look at this. Interesting. He deletes a palisade piece so he can spit out his units this way. That's cool. It's interesting. All right. Ketons. Let's learn about the ketons here a little bit. Infantry, +2 attack versus ranged soldiers. We have heavy CA. Skirmishers, spearmen, and scout cavalry train and upgrade 15% faster. Melee attack upgrade effects are doubled. So do we see melee attack come in? Yeah, we do. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that makes sense. You get you get forging, and then you come in with your melee units. Huh. Yeah, he's spreading out the damage. He's attacking multiple wall segments. Yeah, are we going to get in here? Gotta keep an eye on the rest of the map in case I'm missing some action there. I think I just see a scout for yellow and green. Yeah, one thing I've learned about infantry attacks is to just spread them along the wall. I don't see any man-at-arms here. Man-at-arms have a bonus against buildings. Here we don't have any of that. But he's forcing a reaction. He's got to spend wood now on the houses. Oh. 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 Focus down on the houses. Nope. Yeah, he's just going to force him to wall, which does cost. Charles Martel is already clicked up. VK is already clicked up. Sorry, not VK. Sushi's clicked up. Charles Martel's clicked up. Sushi is fast castling. 15 minutes. It'll be less than 60 minutes when he gets up. That's a fast castle. Charles Martel will be up in 1:26. It's a reasonably fast castle despite the pressure. VK is not clicked up. Let's look at the resources. VK will click up soon. And we've got Gary, who should be clicked up by now. There you go. He clicked up. We're going to take a look around the map here, see if we're missing something. Gary's playing passively, so no archer rushes. We've got a stable and another stable. Okay, 2 stables for Malay. Let's review Malay here. Battle elephants. We're going to get battle elephants. Maybe attack this wall segment. Yeah, you just spread them out. You force reactions in multiple locations, I guess. Or maybe now he's going to go for, who would it be, Gary? He's taking the long way around, though, if he's doing that. The pasture. The reason my daughter bought this DLC. I don't even own this DLC. Let's take a look at Eco for a second here. Oh, wow. That is very even. We do not have a weak link or a particularly strong link here. That is just dead even Eco. Look at that. Vil count is dead even. Very, very closely matched, these guys. We have VK signaling. What is it they're thinking? Let's just take a look at their point of view here. Still forcing reactions here. We're exploring with our scout cav. Are we ever getting to Castle Age? That's the question. Okay, yeah, he's about to be up. VKC. Yeah, they were chatting last night, but again, I was only listening in the background. All right, so battle elephants are going to hit Gary. Gary is looking like the low score here. Maybe that's just exploration. Oh, okay. Charles Martel is booming. No one else is booming yet. We got lots of villager production from him. We're going to see his economy pull away quite rapidly. VK has gone heavy into military production. Oh, and we have light cav from VK. And do we have the second attack upgrade? Doesn't look like it yet. All right, yeah, we're pushing Gary here. So I like Charles Martel's long-term prospects because of his eco. But that's only if they live that long. We've got battle elephants in. We've got archery range coming up. Is archers the right reaction to this? Don't you want spears? Oh, yeah, quick wall fail. Yeah, they're going to both push Gary now. We've got VK's light cav coming in. Although he's still pushing on Charles Martel, which he's going to have to. He's going to keep having to apply pressure. There's 2 town centers here. And we're in on the TC. Ooh, this might be a short game, guys. Oh boy, Gary. Gary's also on 2 town centers. He was hoping to boom. See, if you treat this like a closed map, if you trust your walls, you're in trouble. Like, even if you wall behind, that's fine. But don't assume that those palisades have very little worth. They break very quickly. I broke in on VK the other day when we were playing like a 2v2v2 match, and I was able to break in quite quickly, and I was able to harass him, and he is significantly better than I am. Sorry, I'm just looking around. I'm trying to find my thermos of coffee here. This is a morning cast, guys. And this looks rough. Let's take a look at Vils. I don't know. This might be good game already. Yeah, so you can see the effect on his economy, and look at that Vil. He was at 42 Vils. He's lost 10 Vils already. Charles Martel is booming. These guys are not doing anything. So in terms of eco, I'm still liking their position of low down legends, but just barely. This pressure is not something to be ignored. Gary might be dead, and Gary's going to run. And we actually have camels and step lancers and spears into Charles' base. And I think now I'm starting to have deja vu. I'm remembering seeing this. I think we're going to see them running to each other's bases, which isn't going to go so well. And this might be a doubt castle. There's no one garrisoned in this town center. Barely. Yeah, that castle's not going to go. That's going to be denied. Yeah, we got Gary leaving. He's evacuating. If he can. And yeah, they're all over Charles Martel's base as well. Yeah, had to respect the pressure, right? Had to wall better. Gary's done. Unless he can reboom, but he needs a teammate to protect him while he rebooms. And his teammate's having a rough time. This is a good game. Just waiting for the call. It's over. I'm not recovering from this. Let's look at the eco. Yeah, look, it's total reversal here. Gary's flatlined. Charles Martel hasn't yet, but you can see his Vil count has dropped precipitously. And now VK and Sushi have the eco lead. Oh, this castle may actually finally go up. But I think the damage is done. Good hold from Charles Martel, actually. He's managed to hold. He lost a lot, but he's holding for now. But you can see the score tells it all. The game's over. It's just... You would have to make a mistake now as the winning team, which happens. I don't know if it's going to happen to VK. And the momentum is there from Sushi, right? He just keeps on pumping out the battle elephants. Everything's being raised. We got Gary here living outside of Charles' base. Yeah, I don't know about this guy. You're not very well defended. Third TC from Charles. Guys, with your permission, I'm going to speed forward just a little bit here. I feel like this is game over. Although VK doesn't have a lot behind, like, his push. Now that Charles is stabilized, Charles could still pull ahead. It's a contingent upon Sushi to stop wasting time here and to go find... Yeah. VK's like, go find him. You got to kill him off. You can't let them reboom. Because this is exactly the kind of mistake which can mean it's not a good game, right? The players can, like, have great initial pressure, and then they kind of just stall. They kind of, you know, they stall. But it looks like VK urged Sushi, like, get a move on, get out there, do some damage. Yeah, now Gary is truly dead. Okay, he still has some villagers, but really not much. We're 72 to 133 villagers here, and I think Gary is like 3 of those. Look at this. He's got 10 villagers left. But look at this guy's scary. Look at Charles Martel. Look at it. He's good at booming. I've never seen a reboom that's a great reboom. So I don't know. Definitely the stronger of the 2 players. Yeah. It's good game. All right. Cool. We already kind of looked at all these statistics. Yeah. But look at that eco, despite all the pressure. Pretty good eco. Look at KD. Look at Sushi's KD. 4. 1.7. Those are great. All right. Let's watch the next game. Can we watch it from here? Huh. Interesting. We cannot. For reasons I don't understand, it's not in there. All right, game 2. We'll spectate with CA, and I'll update the scoreboard. I'm saying that to myself so I remember to do it. So the first game went to low eco, high tempo. And I want to change their color. I'd like to keep it consistent. It's fine. All right. This is Black Forest. We'll start in blue. Charles Martel is Byzantines. Charles Martel is Byzantines, and it looks like Gary's left foot is Mongols. Sushi is Bohemians, and VK is Inca. What do I know about these civs? Byzantines obviously have their fast imp. They've got a cheaper Imperial Age. They can go up to imp quite easily. Pretty heavily discounted. They've got their... Oh, this is interesting. And this is something I just learned. The cataphract is actually... Oh, don't kill a sheep out there. The cataphract actually can fight camels quite effectively, which is so counterintuitive. I know it's already counterintuitive that the cataphract can defeat pikes, but it can actually defeat counter-cav units in general, apparently. Which I find interesting. It is weak, though, to... Oh! Are we going to see some hijinks here? We saw some hijinks on the last match. Oh, yeah. I have to apologize, guys. I was, like, looking left to right. It's top to bottom, the teams. We do see hijinks. We've got VK here, laming Charles Martel. I'm glad I caught this. I was so busy chatting about civs. This is the only thing to me that makes Black Forest worth playing. It is hilarious. Oh, you're going to lose your scout, dude. Yeah, that elevation advantage. Oh, Gary's here to help, though. Run! Oh. Lamed the boar. And this is what I noticed from the past game, last game in Black Forest 2, and that is that the lower skill player plays conservatively. They let the strong player do all the hijinks, and they just stick to a fairly conservative play. They just wall up and play it that way. And now, to be honest, this is how I like to play Black Forest, even though I tend to be more of an aggressive player. It's just too early. I need to learn to just be aggressive earlier. I think I would enjoy Black Forest more if I could just be aggressive early. VK is not walled up, though, which could lead to an opportunity for Sneakvilles. All right, despite all those hijinks, we have a pretty even Ville count. 28 to 26, not perfectly dead even, but not bad. Okay, talking civs. We were talking about what the Byzantines can do on this map. They can go fast imp into bombard cannons, trebuchets, whatever. It takes a long time for them to build towards their unique unit, but they could. They aren't facing off against camels or pikes. These aren't infantry. Actually, that's not true. Inca is an infantry civ. And I've had conversations with people about which wins, the Kamiak or the Cataphract, but I actually don't know firsthand which wins. So that'll be interesting to see. We have the Mongols. And we get the hunt bonus. And indeed, there are a lot of boar on this map. If you can find them all. Yeah, here you go. So we got a lot of boar. Mongols get drill, which is one reason I like to recommend them for people who like their siege, for the faster siege weapons. What else do they get? They get like extra armor, or they get extra line of sight on their scouts, which I don't think is too useful here. They get more HP on their scout line. Step lancers, cav archers have 25% faster attack. Hunters work faster, we talked about. I like nomads. I know some people say it's silly, but I've been pushed so many times where I've lost houses, and it's helped to not have to replace the houses. Getting housed when you're under pressure is terrible, and to not lose those houses or not lose that pop space is hugely helpful. Yeah, and then the drill, really fast siege weapons, especially a garrisoned ram with drill is just like, it's like a race car. It's like, how do you turn this on? It's like a Cobra car practically in terms of speed. We've got our double boiler, which is something I've only done maybe once or twice against AI. I've never tried this in a proper ranked or tourney game. Then we have Bohemians. Bohemians, as far as I know, are good on closed maps. The only way I've ever really played them is fast castling into sort of like a phosphorus strat where you rush the enemy with the Hussite wagons. I don't play Bohemians a whole lot. But yeah, those Hussite wagons have a bonus against buildings. They're weak, though, to mangonels. So Mongols, with their better siege, their faster siege, I think might be a weak matchup. However, they get the Hufnitsa in Imperial Age, which is an upgrade to the bombard cannon. So that could be pretty strong here on a closed map. Oh, look at us. Look at us showing off here. Gary also has game. Sweep in, and look at that. And we're fish booming. We have a lake here. Martel has not... Oh, there's our first fishing ship. No fish boom here. No fish boom here. So, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but I do feel like this team, VK and Sushi, are weaker on Black Forest. That is my impression. Just from the previous matches I've watched with them. I guess that is a spoiler. So if you see them on Black Forest in the only other match they've played, I believe they lose. So, by my memory, at least, that's the case. However, there you could argue it's not because they were bad at the map. You should watch it. It's a really entertaining match, regardless. That match actually hasn't been completed. We're waiting for Coca to become available so that the Tortoise and Hare can face off again against low eco, high tempo. All right, we're doing some deer pushing, some fish booming. We are up to Feudal Age for Sushi and Martel, and Gary's on his way up. VK's on his way up. VK's almost there. Whoa, though. We've got 61 villagers to 49 villagers, so Lowdown Legends are doing a far better job at their boom. Now, I don't know if this is just villager pop. This might include fishing ships. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, look at Gary and his eco here, just pulling away from the rest. Yeah, we have fishing units out from Gary. Gary on his Black Forest, guys. Watch out. 27 vills, 7 fishing ships. To everyone else's 25 and 24 vills. 3 fishing ships for Charles Martel. Looks like the Lowdown Legends know how to play their Black Forest, but especially Gary. Although, he's flat here. Is he castling? Is he fast castling? Gary is not producing villagers right now, which is a mistake because he had a lead. Oh, he's producing again. There was some idle time there. That hurt him. He had a lead there in eco. He still has a res collected lead. Let's take a look actually at those stats. Idle TC time, we have 2 minutes 22 seconds from Charles Martel, 2 minutes from Gary. We have 1 minute 33 from VK and 1:57 from Sushi. So actually the other team has lower idle eco. Charles Martel has the lowest idle eco percent from Charles Martel, but idle TC we have the lowest from VK and Sushi. And yet, their res collected doesn't show for it. We have a commanding lead in terms of resources collected here from Gary just because of the fish boom. This is fish boom value right here. And Sushi's up to Castle Age now. And VK's on his way up. Charles Martel's on his way up. Gary is... I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. We are stonewalled though, so we're playing a he plans to boom. There's gonna be no aggression from Gary, I don't think. Yeah, get your villagers back to work, my friend. Alright, Sushi is out with the 2 town centers immediately here in Castle Age. No early aggression from him. Oh, use your pond. VK's telling him. Signaling the pond. We're almost Castle Age here. Are we positioned for our boom from VK? He's got almost 600 wood in the bank, so I think I'm going to see 2 TCs plonked down. He doesn't look positioned for anything aggressive. He's got no barracks, no stable, nothing. He's got a bunch of settlements. Okay, first TC back here. Maybe another TC here, or I don't know, here. I like to put it on minerals personally, like on gold or stone. We still have the eco lead from Lowdown Legends. Is that true for resources collected? Gary? Is this... I don't think this is... Sorry, guys. Let's just check here. No, Gary's still ahead in terms of resources collected. Oh, it looks like she's a cozy SimCity game here for everyone. Second TC, third TC from Charles Martel. Gary, what's going on, dude? Finally, we're hitting castle. 20 minutes. 20 minutes isn't slow, but it's not a fast castle. I shouldn't criticize him too much because he still has high stress collected. So, but you're gonna lose that lead if everyone hits castle and is outproducing your villagers. So you don't want to delay castle too long, even if you are fish booming. First TC, first additional TC from Gary here. VK is still on 2 TCs. I don't know if he can't afford a third. Maybe these settlements are strong enough that it's not really necessary. Well, first sign of potential aggression out of him. These three are playing some Sim City. Fishing lines from Charles Martel. Yeah, these guys know what they're doing in terms of fish boom. Look at that. Perfect placement of fish traps and everything. I've done some fish booming, but not like this. This looks highly practiced. Well, I'm tempted to just kind of skip forward a bit. I'm not seeing a lot happening. I just don't want to miss anything either. Zoom out a bit. Look at this cozy little game of Black Forest here. I wonder who's going to go up to Imperial first. Looks like Gary is actually positioned for Imperial already. He's got all the resources. Perhaps not the buildings, though. Yeah, he doesn't have the buildings yet. Alright, let's take a look at the status of things. Got a castle coming in for Sushi. No stonewalling from him. I think he saw the stone wall and he goes, no, there's no point. But you can delete that stone wall and just break through the enemy's walls. So it's not wise to just go, oh, they're not gonna fight you. But it's interesting, you could probably fake someone out. You could stonewall and they go, ah, they're not gonna plan any aggression. Alright, everyone's clicked up to Imp except for... Nope, they all are. I'm just not seeing it. Yeah. Oh no, yeah. They're all clicked up right around the same time too. So it looks like this is all going to be Imperial aggression. I don't see any attempts to fight in Castle Age here. Yep. Just a cozy game of SimCity so far. We'll take a pause once they hit Imp and just talk about their positions. We got lots of range upgrades coming in for Charles Martel. So Skirms v or just archers in general against infantry. Now Champy warriors have a lot of pierce, so those things are kind of like the Huskarl, to be honest. There's so many units that are like a Huskarl these days that just take 1 damage to ranged units. It's kind of absurd. I think it used to be a specialty for Goths. We've got some villagers here. Oh, outposting the tree line. Yeah, expecting someone to cut, which isn't a bad or a silly thing to expect. All right, first Imp up. Gary's up first, and he's now putting down more TCs in the Imp. Kind of weird timing, but so be it. All right, Siege Workshop, lots of barrackses. What does that say? Sushi is going for... Why barrackses? He is expecting cavalry, I guess, and he's gonna go pike siege, I guess. Pike siege. You also get hand cannoneer. Spearman line deals plus 25% bonus damage. Right. Blacksmith siege. Okay. So yeah, pike siege is what we're gonna see out of these guys. I was making pikes as these guys the other day, and they did seem to perform well. That explains it. All right. First castle from Gary. We've got 4 town centers, 1 still under construction. We have still 3 TCs here, 2 castles. We're seeing everything. He's just upgrading everything, it looks like. We've got some cataphracts. We've got a monk. We have Kamiak. We have Bombard Cannon. Yeah, what are we gonna get? Looks like Champy Warriors out of our Inca player. So just an infantry combo, which is all you can really do, I guess, as Inca. We got Siege Ram coming, Elite Champy Warrior, Squires. So it's gonna be Siege Infantry push, Siege Ram push, or sorry, Ram Infantry, which is gonna go up against Cataphract, which is the right call, I guess, against a bunch of infantry. The range upgrades might have just been for... Oh, these range upgrades are just for the castles. There's nothing for archer armor here. We're working towards cataphracts. No bloodlines. Do they get bloodlines? No, they don't. That's why it's black. Okay. No bloodlines for either of the other team either. Wow, only 1 civ here gets bloodlines, and that's the Mongol player. Let's take a look at line of sight here for a second. Oops. Okay, we don't see what they're up to. We're just suspecting. Oh, we see a siege workshop, but of course you're getting siege from Bohemians. That's not a surprise. Here we are seeing the infantry. So, safe bet to just go, yeah, Elite Cataphract. Do we have our unique tech? I might have missed it. I don't know if these have the additional trample damage yet. Looks like we don't have our unique techs yet. Logistica. Yeah, yeah. Here comes VK. Bum, 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 bum. Grab that relic, dude. That's what they're saying there. Do we have anything to answer this yet? Yeah, we've got a bunch of cataphracts without Logistica, which would be nice to have. All right, here's the big question. How do cataphracts... Oh, run! Run! No! Bad bargain. Run for our lives. Oh no, losing all the siege. Oh boy. Good hold. He knew what was coming. Huh. Good pick for Civ. Good counter. Is this Civ win here? What do you do to counter Cataphract? Did the Inca get any ranged options that will counter? They do get Arbalister. And they get Bracer. Anti-infantry skirmisher. Yeah, you're not going to go Slinger. They get... Yeah, you're going to go... You're going to go Archers. As an answer to Cataphract, I guess. Archers behind your Kamiaks. Or Pikes. If you want something cheaper. Oh, panic. Yeah, we've got, these are just Bombard Cannon right now. Looks like we're upgrading Hoofnitsa. And there go the gates from Gary. Why can't I click on these gates? There we go. Look at all those fishing ships. Got trade. Let's take a quick look at eco. I'm gonna slow down the action just a little bit. Look at their eco positioning. All right, VK is a little bit weaker with his eco. Kind of surprises me. I think he's the highest elo, at least officially the highest eco or sorry, highest elo player in this match, and his eco is weaker. I know though that I will play against 700, 800 elo players in team games sometimes when I'm paired with Melly, and she's like 500. And they will actually have stronger ecos than me in the Imperial Age. My only advantage is that I'm better at rushing early, and they're worse at the early rushes. So it's possible that VK thrives on open maps, although they chose Arena as their other map. So I don't think that's really the case in this case. Maybe he was just distracted getting ready to fight. Anyway, he is a little bit behind the others, but otherwise it's just like a three-way tie. He has the most military, though. Yeah. Sushi has a huge eco. We've got trade from our lowdown legends. No trade yet from VK and Sushi, though. And we've got a fish boom, which the others don't have. I don't know. My favorites are still the lowdown legends. Or not still. They are. It is. Because this matchup I'm liking for Charles Martel. And that castle's probably not going to survive this. Mm-hmm. You're going to lose all your Rams, though. It's an expensive price to pay. Well, castle may actually stay up. Oh, yeah, they're all over BK here. I don't know. This might already be GG. However, Sushi is pushing. But we got, yeah. Got our Mangudai versus Siege, so those are going to go down fast. Yeah. It's not looking good for VK and Sushi, I think. Got Cataphracts into Sushi's eco here. The hand cannons may be a reasonable counter. They can have a high damage output. Is it pierce damage they do? That I don't know. Ask a pro. They do pierce damage. Huh. And they get a bonus against infantry. Otherwise it's just a base 17 damage, which is a lot of damage. Okay, yeah, we are on to Arbalister from VK, which was the answer I was expecting from him. I don't know, a skirmisher. I mean, I know it's a trash unit if you don't have gold, but I don't think that's the right thing here. Scorps are their answer to the pike problem, as well as the hand cannons, I guess. Look at those cataphracts go down to the hand cannons. Yeah, it's already over. VK calls it. That's now one for the lowdown legends. Huh. Wow. Well, I mean, it hit imp, but it didn't go long. That was 46 minutes. Good games is always censored out for whatever. Huh. All right. We are tied up here, guys. Well played. Look at that. Trade and fish boom. How many fishing ships did they produce? 24 and 26. Huh. 24 fishing ships. Got up to 18 trade units apiece. 16 and 18. And then they topped out at 100 villagers. So they just use a different eco balance, right? Rather than producing more villagers like Sushi did, or not producing villagers like VK did. Oh man. They went for fish and trade to get to the 140, 150 eco pop. Huh. Interesting. Okay, let's watch the last game in the series. Is it going to be here? I don't see it here. Overview. Ah. Arena. Here we go. It is here. It just isn't labeled the way it would be. All right, guys. Final game of the series. It's been very interesting. Hideout went to our low eco high tempo. And then we had Black Forest go to Low Down Legends. And we are now on Arena. And this is going to settle it. Team Red, we've got VK, we got Sushi, and we have Romans. Romans, we're looking at Scorps. We're looking at infantry. Perhaps even early. Maybe early aggression, maybe I can hope for. Your armor upgrades count for double on infantry. So infantry are very tanky for the Romans, and their scorpions are cheap, so you can mass scorpions very easily. You got the villager bonus. They work 5% faster or whatever it is. We've got Italians. And the only thing I know really about Italians is that they're archers. They're Genoese crossbowmen. Takes down cavalry really efficiently. They also get pass-through damage on their hand cannoneers. So hand cannon and Genoese crossbowmen. And then let's take a look at our other players. We have Gary's left foot in blue. Oh, that's going to bother me. Why is he blue this time? He should have been green. Can we change this? I'm going to mess everything up if I do this. I want Gary to be green. How do I do that? I want Gary green. I want Charles Martel blue. Thank you. Come on, guys. Keep your coloring consistent. He's the Britons. And we are looking at Warwolf trebuchets in the Imperial Age, which have blast damage. We are looking at Longbowmen, which have crazy range and can be a challenge to take down. Usually you need to use units garrisoned in siege to get close to them, or to just soak up arrows, because units preferentially, and even buildings will preferentially target siege, like rams. So you bring in rams to distract them. Bombard cannons can be effective, but Britons can be tough to go up against. So if he makes it Imperial Age, Gary is probably in a good position. He's a favorite. Finally, we have Charles Martel, Hindustani. And now, if Hindustani was on the other team, I'd be liking their position a lot more, the other team. Hindustani, they've got the Ghulam, which has got high pierce. They're fast. They're great at raiding. They're just a dangerous unit. And they've got reasonably good melee too, I believe. They're just a really OP unit. What else do Hindustani do? Their camel riders attack faster. So they got good camels. They've got cheaper villagers. They've got gunpowder units have +1 pierce armor and melee armor. Interesting. They get better trade. I don't know if we're going to see trade, but I guess we'll find out. Hand cannons get +2 range as a unique tech. Yeah, so we could see some hand cannons. Why would we get hand cannons, though, out of Hindustani? I guess. Oh, yeah. Ooh, they won the Civ draft, guys. Last game, they were in a better position, too. We saw Mongols, which can have a counter to the siege of the Bohemians. And we saw Byzantines, which had a counter to... who was the other player? Inca. And now we have another infantry civ up against hand cannoneers. And we have Italians, which are a good anti-cav civ, but they're really not. Let's take a look at Italians for a second. I'm not looking at the Dark Age. I'm sure the Dark Age... I probably should talk about the Dark Age a little bit. I'm just talking grand strategy here because I'm finding it interesting to think about. Gunpowder units are cheaper. Hand cannoneers deal pass-through damage. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Lowdown Legends has won the Civ draft. All right, let's take a look at res collected at this stage in the game. Let's take a look at how their Dark Ages are going. It's pretty neck and neck. Oh, that's just villager production. Sushi's fallen behind a little bit. And we do have an eco edge from Lowdown Legends. 5 vill pop. We have the click up to feudal from VK already at 21 villagers. So I'm expecting infantry already. And Charles Martel's actually expecting it. He is house walling here. This is useful. I mean, you're reinforcing your stone wall. Not that your stone wall needs a lot of reinforcement, but what you're doing is you're preventing siege towers from dropping infantry over the top, which is something you could expect out of an infantry civ in arena. I don't know if it's a good strategy. I lose many arena games, but that's something I would try. So don't take advice from me, but it's something I might try. We're already onto farming here. Did he take all the rest of his food? I guess so. We have Charles Martel. He is up at 23 villagers. Gary up at 25 villagers. Sushi up at 23. And VK went up early. So I expect some aggression out of VK. Are we scouting for that? Not really. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Why are we up so early? Oh, he's abusing the market. Was that a mistake? Did he go up too early? Okay, he's clicked up the castle. That's a very fast castle timing. It's a very aggressive build. Lots of market activity out of VK. I think we're positioning for a very early castle push here. The only reason you click up to castle that aggressively is we're looking for damage early. Charles Martel's had the opportunity to do a lot of booming. Even in the first game, he tried to boom, and I think VK doesn't want him to boom. And we saw VK was a little weak, actually, on his boom in Black Forest, so I'm wondering if he's more of an aggressive player. He wants to end it quickly, so he might be looking to deal damage to Charles Martel quickly. We have our second layer of walls here from Sushi, expecting, you know, that if someone breaches the wall, you get a castle drop, you still have another layer of wall here. Buildings being used as walls. Same here for the houses. All right, let's go no fog now. Actually, that isn't happening here. Charles Martel's playing this very innocently, like SimCity. Not lining up his houses. Maybe he doesn't play a lot of arena. Gary is lining his wall. Again, though, I've done this in the past, but I think it's better to like wall here. Because if a castle drop here will cut through all of this, you won't be able to repair, or you'll have to re-wall here anyway. So expecting a castle drop, you want to like wall this choke point. All right, VK's up. What are we doing? Let's go. See some. Oh, okay. Aggressive castle age into boom. Okay. Okay. And we see that out of both of them. VK and Charles Martel are up at very solid times. Sub 15 minutes. What time was that specifically? We saw Castle Age at 14:13. That's a very solid castle time. Currently, res collected goes to Gary's foot. Gary's left foot. And sushi's up. What are we doing with Castle Age? Second TC. Where do people put their TCs? Okay, I like this position. At least when I say I like, I'm not saying it's ideal. I'm saying this is how I would put my TC. On wood and gold. Makes sense to me. On wood. It's interesting. On wood. There is gold over here. Here, there's just... It's just a... Oh, you know what? He has a TC here on the stone and gold. But he's opting to put this one a bit back rather than putting it forward, which I guess makes sense. You don't necessarily want your eco getting pushed. Huh, I was expecting some excitement. I misread that. I was expecting VK to try and push. And Gary's up. First TC. Here in the trees. Oh, interesting. Okay, one on gold, one on the trees. Makes sense. All right. Save ourselves a few minutes. Skip forward just a little bit. Got Bowsaw coming in. Horse collar. Wheelbarrow. Gold mining. Is anyone making a play for the relics? Weird. No one's grabbing relics. When you, I've been probably just watching too much. Okay, we're guarding a relic here. Okay, monastery. Okay. Now, I was just premature. Castle. Okay, so Sushi isn't looking for relics. Gary's not looking for relics. Charles Martel is certainly looking for relics. Oh, and we do actually see some aggression. We see a siege tower, and we are getting our longsword upgrade. And do we have our armor upgrade in yet? No, we do not. We're going to want those before we go attack, because that's really where the Romans shine, is with their armor upgrades. Okay, a monk is being produced. So Charles Martel is going to make a play for relics. How many relics do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I remember in the old days it was always just 5 relics. Unless you were playing a custom map script. The standard maps were like 5 relics. Someone might fact check me there, I don't know. Alright, we got our defensive castle here. I don't see any castle dropping going on. And here's our attack. Who are we going for? Charles Martel, I presume. Go for the stronger player. Go for your neighbor. No sense herring across the map to Gary. Okay, what's going to happen? He's going to have to drop over here. I think you can also drop across a gate. This castle defends this corner, though. You don't really want to come through this castle. So actually, he's going to want to drop on the weekend. Which I suppose is actually a useful thing to think about. And that is, if you're going to... Oh, yeah, we've got relics being collected by Charles Martel. Yeah, I mean, high-level play, it's just a monk war, right? Oh, look at that! There's a crack in the wall. Look at that. Left a gap in those houses, and that was enough. That was enough. And he came in a good spot too. He's coming around the castle. Oh, yeah, you're going to want to pull your guys back. How much damage can you really do when you've got this many town centers? This is the problem I have had on Arena is, yeah, sure, I drop my guys across the walls. But then what do you do? Because you're going to need siege to deal with this. Now, actually, do we have our armor upgrades? We have both our armor upgrades. He may just dive the TC. With enough, you could just dive the TC. Yeah, you might as well house him. Watch your guys. Yeah, kill what you can, I guess. You've denied this gold. It's not bad. And we've got, yeah, we got scorpions as a response to the infantry. And a defensive castle. Well. Yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty well defended castle drop. No, it's not even a castle drop. Oh, he is in though. Oh, this might get denied. Well played. Now, those Roman infantry, certainly not to be taken lightly. And Charles Martel is already Imperial Age here. Let's take a look at the eco while we're sitting here watching Charles Martel have a bad day. We've got 159 villagers out of low down legends, although some of them are idle at the moment. 138 out of low eco high tempo. And VK is telling Sushi, please go do some fighting, I guess. All right. Yeah, moving on to the teammate, right? Oh, fail there. Move on to the next. We have Sushi trailing behind in terms of eco. Otherwise, it's pretty well tied up. Oh, just... I think this isn't going to be fast enough. Won't be fast enough. Nope, not fast enough. He's over the walls. But I think he's going to be okay. He's able to wall up. He's got the castle. And did he get... I think those are conversions. I think he got those conversions. Yeah, cleans up. Well done. Did I call this guy Sushi just a second ago? Anyway, whatever. Gary, he saves himself. All right, Sushi's got a forward siege workshop. He's got castle being put forward. Charles is putting a forward, or not a forward, a castle outside his walls. I don't know if he notices that he's got idle villagers in his castle. We are about to hit imp here from VK. And Sushi is not quite up. Gary obviously made an imp and I missed it. I was watching the action. Let's see. Let's check our imp times. Yeah, Gary hit imp at 29:30, which is a solid imp time, I would say. It's not maybe called a fast imp, but it's certainly solid. +6+2. I don't think we have any range upgrades yet. I think that's just your castle and imp range upgrades. Oh, we're gonna lose our mangonels. Bye-bye, mangonels. Oh no, we have we're waiting on Bracer for the range upgrade. So why is it 6+2? Oh, that's attack. Sorry guys. 5+5. So So we need elite. We need to go elite here. Looks like that's what we're upgrading. Oh no, conscription. Elite longbowman. There we go. And we're gonna also go on yeoman. Death by 1,000 cuts. Yeah, push up. Kill those guys. Or don't. Alright. We're going for skirm. Yeah, I mean, skirm's fine, but you get outranged by the longbowman. That's the problem. Alright, we are getting hand cannons from Charles Martel to answer the threat of the legionary and Capram. What is the pierce? I think it's like 200 pierce, 190 pierce. Yeah, so it's just 1 damage per shot. You're gonna want some melee for that. We brought pikes versus what? Oh, in case they're camels, maybe? We're gonna need something to deal with those rams. Oh, we got bombard cannon. Oh wow, we're getting a cleanup on the. It must just be those armor upgrades. How much pierce armor is on these? Not conduct. Oh, yeah, these are anti-gunpowder. Right, that's the Italian pick. It's the anti-gunpowder ability. Gotcha. See, this is where I just fail. I'm not thinking about this. Yeah. Okay. What's the play over here? We got bombard cannons, skirmishers. Yeah, it's a reasonable encounter. It's the best you can do. Oh no, don't lose all your villagers. Run! Nope. Yeah, you might just want to be going with these condos. We got Gulam. I want to learn about the Gulam again. Gulam. Thrusted spear, yeah. Oh, multiple targets. Okay. Strong versus archery units and spearman line. They're weak versus cavalry. We don't have cavalry. It's interesting. They've got a spear, but they're weak versus cavalry. Okay. Some of the mechanics in this game are not intuitive, but I'm scared of these things. These things scare me, these Gulams. They're gonna outrange them. Yeah, there we go. You're gonna clean up all these skirms if you're not careful. You gotta better take care of your bombard cannons. I think it's got 12 +1 range when you... Oh, not even +1. You're gonna need to get siege engineers. Do Italians get siege engineers? They might not get siege engineers. Huh. I don't actually see that it's crossed out, so maybe they do. We'll find out. Anyway, we've got what range? 6. Yeah, it's 12 range for the long bows, and I think 12 +1 from these. But in any case, the range is very close between the two units, so you have to be very careful with both units. It's a bit of a dance. All right. Condos clean up the hand cannoneers, maybe? Eventually, with enough effort. Mangonel's in a bad spot. We'll lose that. Alright, we're into the town. We've broken through the wall. Yeah, and see, the longbows are targeting this. So if you're smart now, you bring your skirmishers in to kill them. Don't march it in by itself. That's not the way you want to do this. Yeah, see, that's an expensive unit to take up against the longbow. He is getting some kills. Thus far, though, I think he's probably losing a lot of units. Yeah, look at that kill ratio. Our low down legends have pulled away quite far in terms of res collected. 10k apiece. And we don't have any trade. There's no safe location to do trade. I suppose you could do like a or like an onager cut and like do a trade route that way, but for the effort involved, I don't think anyone has time for that. Too focused on the fighting. We have a eco edge as well, 31 villager edge from low down legends. Looking like everyone's nearly pop capped, but not quite. No, we got hussars in the eco. And we see walls. So we are going to get trade. I don't see the markets in good spots yet. Maybe that doesn't mean trade. Maybe they're just walling their side of the map. I don't know. You're going to lose your trebs here if you don't defend them. Yeah, Roman infantry is scary. Well, bye-bye relics. Actually, there's only one relic here. Who else has grabbed relics? I thought only Charles grabbed relics. Oh. Oh, look at Gary. 4 relics. Yeah. Charles Martel keeps getting pushed here. He doesn't really have a good answer. I mean, yeah, you got these hand cannons, but VK's got condos. Well, he's not producing them right now. I guess he's not too concerned about the hand cannons. I'm liking the longbow play from Gary. I'm liking the infantry play from VK, so I don't know. I would say Sushi's not faring very well. I would say Charles Martel's not faring very well. So it's gonna be interesting. It's a very even game. I'm pretty happy. The teams have not been. Now, my game, or rather our game, Moto and I going up against Secretary and Melly, we just got demolished. But we just might be a weak team. I am arguably one of the weakest high elo players. Granted, Moto is definitely probably the highest low elo. The lines are a bit blurry because Gary was also a late addition, and I don't think he's particularly low elo either. So it's... Anyway. We'll see how it all plays. But we certainly don't have a VK on our team. And anyway, guess we're going to find out. There are certainly some teams that I think have lots of skill in them, and some teams that are mediocre. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Luckily, there's no consequences for failure, so it's actually just interesting to watch how the games play out. It's fun. It's more fun to win, but it is just fun in general. I don't know. This is looking bad for Charles Martel. Got legionaries running all over our city. That's tough. Can Gary come help? He's trying to. Yeah, Gary may have to save his teammate here. Charles is in a rough spot. He's losing his town centers. He's gonna lose his entire eco. Although, yeah, you're gonna have to bring the legionaries in here. I wouldn't be worrying about his hussars. I'd be killing all his villagers. Yeah, get in there, kill his eco. You gotta wipe out his eco, and then he's gone. He's done as a player. Who cares if he's got some hussars? Like, this is a weird thing to focus on. And now you're gonna be contending with longbows. No. Go kill the eco off. Yep, we've got the escapees. Gonna lose their trade. Yeah, get in there, kill off his eco. Oh, look at this. See how they're distracted by the rams. Look at that. Look at that. When you're trying to... Unless you specifically tell them to attack something else, they will default to attacking rams. Oh, we might see a cleanup of these longbows. Oh, no, wait. Sorry, the hussars are... Yeah, that's a deadly combo right there. Yeah, see, get into his eco. Look at this. You're leaving behind all these villagers. All these villagers. You could have cleaned all this out already. Getting distracted. Okay, there's some eco here, but don't worry about that. You clean out all this, and he's going to be weak. Okay, he is rebooming up north, which isn't a bad spot. Sushi's certainly on the back foot. So as long as Gary keeps doing his job, you're safe-ish. Although, look at this torrent. Let's take a moment to appreciate the eco. Gary has pulled well ahead. Charles Martel is suffering because of the pressure put on him. Both of them are still ahead of the other team, though. In terms of military, it's VK and Gary all the way. Sushi lost his entire ball of skirms. And Charles Martel can't sustain anything right now. Look at that KD ratio, though. Yeah, you're leaving behind 21, like 30 villagers. I'd be more persistent about killing those off. I say when I definitely would not be even doing this well, so it's always easier to spectate than to play. Useful to remind oneself. You're going to want to back these off. You're going to want to micro them a little bit. Yeah, you're about to lose your longbows. Does he have anything replacing it? He's trying to save his teammate. I don't know. I feel like this is turning in... I think VK and Sushi may actually... Excuse me. Sushi may hold. And VK may bring home the bacon. Yep. You didn't clean up these villagers, and he's rebooming right back where he started. gotta follow through. Easier said than done, I know. If the momentum continues here, I would call this one for low eco, high tempo. A 2-1 win, but let's see. And I legitimately don't know the outcome of this game. I was watching it, and it looked like a close game, but I did not see. The only reason I knew that it was 1-1 up till this point is because they played a third game. Pretty much everything's been a surprise to me, so that's nice. Makes it more entertaining to watch this. I don't know. You gotta sustain these longbow numbers. He's losing. He's losing. He's lost his mass. VK's also losing his infantry mass. Sushi's surging now. I don't know. Maybe it's too early to say. Let's take a look at stockpiles. Who has what? VK's got lots of wood. Sushi's got lots of wood. They've all got tons of wood. Oh, look at the stockpile, though, out of Lowdown Legends. They've got huge stockpiles of wood, which could just mean that they're not efficiently spending it, right? You got lots of wood like that. That's what I always have. I have, like, I die with 40k wood. You want to spend that. Food reserves are not too different between the teams. They are certainly healthier for VK and Sushi. Gold reserves. Okay, gold. Sushi's got a lot of gold that he hasn't been spending because he's been making skirms. So VK or Sushi could be sending VK gold and food. Yeah, VK has been spending. Just, you know, sometimes stockpile doesn't mean anything. It just means that you're spending well, right? If you don't have anything in your stockpile, it means you're actually spending what you're bringing in, which is what you want to do. If it's sitting in your stockpile, you're not doing anything with it. You want to be spending it quickly. Converting those resources into army, into damage to your opponent. Yeah, siege rams now from VK to answer longbows. But there's hussars. You gotta do something about the hussars, so time for halberdier. Do we have halberdier upgraded? Let's take a look. Do Romans even get halb? I would imagine they do. Yeah, they do. Not upgraded though. He's got legionnaire. Legionary. He's got all of the attack upgrades. He's got all 2 of the Roman armor upgrades. We got pikes. Sushi's got pikes, so Sushi's into trash mode. And he's holding. He's got a forward castle. He's rewalling his villager numbers. He's got 113 villagers. Everyone else is down 787 villagers for Gary. I don't know. I feel like low eco, high tempo may be the favorite to win this one now. Gary's left foot has a good economy. Oh, our numbers are coming back up for Gary. He's getting his mass of archers back. VK's infantry numbers are coming back. Sushi's maintaining his military. Ugh. Yeah, you can't sustain longbowman numbers though if you've got infantry in your face. You gotta back off. Healthy. We're not walled, so we could get raided if we're not careful. We've got trade going. Let's take a look at trade numbers here. Society, village. Oh boy, something happened to Sushi. Did he delete those? That was a sudden drop. No, that looks like deaths. Trade numbers are coming up. Sushi has a whole bunch of trade. Gary's starting to get trade going. It's tenuous though. Looks like Sushi's the only one who's really trading right now. We can take a look at trade income. Relic gold. Where's trade? trade profit. So those relics are still more valuable than any trade. It won't be that way forever, but those relics are... It was good to get them. Making a play for relics can be valuable. Again, which is why... And when I talk pros, I just mean better than me. Players better than me are out there with their monks microing them and running around with light cav and all the rest. You didn't clean up this and now it's come back. Yep, those 20-something villagers are now farming. Now VK's coming to do what he should have done the first time. You're in. You're in. Oh, where are you going? Get in there. Oh, we got the light cow for raiding. Okay. Might lose trade. Yeah, Sushi keeps pushing here. He's got the right idea with the Rams. I found gold. I found gold. I want to grab these relics. It's like having a villager on gold. Say I, who never bothers to grab relics. It'll be hour 2 and it'll be like, oh, there's a relic sitting by my town center. Maybe I should grab that. Yeah, again, I'm liking Sushi's position here now. Before Gary was on the push, he was pushing and VK was pushing. Now Sushi's pushing. And he's cleaning up the longbow. VK continues to push well. Not following through on this raid on the eco, though. Charles Martel's also on top of re-walling, right? After a raid, he actually re-walls, so... Lose all of our cavalry production buildings. Oh man, there's a grind fest, guys. Past an hour here. I think this is the longest game of the series. By a long margin. That Black Forest game was 45 minutes, and I think the hideout, I don't know, couldn't have been much different. I think they were both under an hour. Gary's left foot selling off all his wood for gold. More bombard cannons from Sushi. Very healthy trade here. Yeah, if you keep the pressure, they haven't been touched. Okay, that's not true. Sushi has been pushed at home, but he's been able to hold. And VK has been untouched at home. You can see, like, he's got immaculate walls here. He's got a hole. He's been able to keep the pressure all game, and that prevents his opponents from doing anything. It's just always been reactive, right? Gary was pushing Sushi, but now he's just reacting. Gary still maintains his eco lead somehow. Sushi is now... Yeah, VK has fallen off. Not that he's been pushed at home, but just because I think he's been so aggressive. He's been so focused on that. His villager numbers might also be insufficient. Yeah, look at these. He lost villagers at some point. Did he delete them? Or did he get raided? Anyway, his villager numbers are not healthy. From what I'm seeing from this player, he's far stronger on aggression than on, like, eco. Low eco, high tempo. Sushi's got high eco. Oh. Good game, well played. Yeah. We have the cleanup here. VK has pushed Gary. And VK and Sushi pushed Gary, and his... Yeah. It probably was game over. And he was pushing here again. Yeah, those Romans, man. I was saying their Romans late game isn't as strong, but that infantry is pretty good. All right, and so the win goes to low eco, high tempo. 2-1 v low down legends. So that's game. Thanks for tuning in for this after action cast of low eco, high tempo versus low down legends. And if you stick with me, I will update our standings and we'll take a look at standings quickly. So if you were just here for the match, you can tune out now. I'm gonna look at standings, which isn't gonna be too interesting because we only have this is our second completed match, but we'll take a look at it anyway. So give me a second. I'm gonna put you into the waiting room and we're gonna take a look at standings. Where's pre-show? Boom. All right. Except that's not the right. We'll turn off that. And we will go take a look at challenge. Actually, I need to update it first. So that means I have to reboot Chrome. I turn Chrome off when I'm running Capture Age because Capture Age eats through system resources. And guess what else eats through system resources? You got it. Chrome. Actually, all my browsers do, but that's because I keep 3,000 different web pages open at once. So, of course, there's ads. All right. So I will show you my secondary display or my primary display here. Let's see if I can get this working. We're going to go full second display. I apologize for all the ads. I'm not on Brave right now. Okay. So thus far, we have a win from I'm Gonna Die versus the Motivational Howlers, which is my team. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to matches, and then this was the last round, I think. This is low eco, high tempo versus low eco, Where is it? There we go. So we're gonna report scores. So low eco, high tempo 2, low down legends 1. And I'm going to verify that that's actually what they reported in match results, in case I'm losing my mind. Team 9, Team 1. Guys, I don't know what Team 9, Team 1 is. Just use your names. Okay. Let's see. Yep. Low eco, high tempo. 2-1. And we're going to submit the scores. And that's it. Hopefully the next match I can co-cast again with Shoveler or someone else, but I don't always have time in my day to do stuff like this. Today was a special event. My wife was going somewhere with the kids and I was at home alone, so I figured it was a good time to do a cast. Let's take a look at standings now. Why hasn't it updated? Huh. That's interesting. I'm wondering if it's only looking at round 1. That's weird. It should have updated. Ah, there we go. All right. So we have 2 points from I'm Gonna Die, 2 points from low eco, high tempo with 1 set win apiece. And we have 1 point from low down legends. And Motivational Howlers, my team, are the biggest losers right now on the basis of 2 matches. I'd like to remind everyone, if you're still tuned in, that you need to try and play 1 round per week in order to get done in reasonable time. You have 9 matches to play. So if you're Team 1, you're going to be playing, by Team 1, I just mean rank 1 here, I'm Gonna Die. You have to play these guys. You have to play these 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got to play 9 matches. And if you can get done on average 1 match per week, it'll take you 9 weeks. or a little over 2 months. But you actually have to be playing. So please reach out to your team opponents and get those matches scheduled and play them, so that we can get through this. This first week, it looks like we got 2 matches. Maybe another match will get played today and tomorrow. Technically, we have till Monday until the next round starts, even though that's not the start of the week. That's the start of our match week, if that makes sense. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next match. That was a great one. I hope to see a lot more of these. Thanks.